Good morning, students. In the last class, I have solved 5 problems on epicyclic gate train. Now, continuing few more problems on epicyclic gate train. Now, the problem number 7. An epicyclic train of gears is arranged as shown in figure. How many revolutions does the arm to which the pinions B and C are attached make A when A makes one revolution clockwise and D makes half a revolution anti-clockwise? Second, B when A makes one revolution clockwise and D is stationary. The number of teeth on the gears A and D are 40 and 90 respectively. So this is the statement of the problem along with the figure is given. Now, how many revolutions does the arm to which the pinions B and C are attached? Now, if I look at the figure, there is one annular wheel, that is D, gear A, gear B, gear C. So totally there are 4 wheels or 4 gears A, B, C, D. Whereas the gear D is having internal teeth and remaining 3 gears are having external teeth. And the arm is connected to the pinions B and C, or the gears B and C. Now, what he is asking in the problem, how many revolutions does the arm will make, means what is the speed of the arm when the wheel A makes one revolution clockwise, means 1 RPM in clockwise direction, and wheel D makes half revolution, that is 1/2 or 0.5 RPM anti-clockwise. So in first bit I should find what is the speed of the arm when wheel A makes 1 RPM clockwise and D makes 1/2 or 0.5 RPM anti-clockwise. Similarly, in the second part, again I should find the speed of the arm when the wheel A makes 1 revolution clockwise, means 1 RPM clockwise, and D is stationary, means D is fixed. And he has given that the number of teeth on the gears A and D. So therefore, first I will list out given things. The number of gears on wheel A, that is TA, is equal to 40, and on wheel D, that is TD, is equal to 90. Next, as I said, find the speed of the arm. I should find the speed of the arm first when NA is equal to minus 1 RPM, because wheel A makes 1 revolution clockwise, means 1 RPM clockwise. According to our sign convention, clockwise is negative, anti-clockwise is positive. Therefore, I should find the speed of the arm when NA is equal to minus 1 RPM and ND is equal to 1/2 RPM clockwise, therefore plus. Similarly, I should find the speed of the arm, second condition, when NA is equal to minus 1 RPM and ND is equal to 0, because wheel D or gear D is fixed or stationary. Now, as there are 4 gears, out of which I know the number of teeth on gear A and D, which are given as 40 and 90. I want the number of teeth on the remaining 2 gears. What are they? They are B and C. So to find the number of teeth on B and C, from the geometry of the figure, one can write the pitch circle diameter of wheel A plus pitch circle diameter of wheel B plus pitch circle diameter of wheel C, that is DA plus DB plus DC, is equal to obviously the diameter, pitch circle diameter of the gear D, that is DD. Since whether the condition is given, moduli is same for all the gears or not, by default one should assume that moduli for all the gears in the given gear train is same. When we assume the moduli is same for all the gears, the pitch circle diameters are directly proportional to the number of teeths. Therefore, dA is dA plus dB and dC. So, gear B and gear C are having the same size. Therefore, so dA plus dB plus dC can be written as dA plus 2 dB. 2 times dB or 2 dC you can write. That is equal to pitch circle diameter of the D. Now, as the moduli is same, therefore, this can be written in the form of the number of teeth. So, TA plus 2 TB is equal to TD. So, now TA is known, substitute 40 plus 2 TB where the number of teeth on the diameter on the gear B is unknown, which is equal to TD, that is given as 90. If I substitute, and I will get number of teeth on the gear B is equal to 25, and TC is same because both gears B and C, which are said to be pinions, are having the same size. Pinion means a small size of gear. So TB and TC both are equal to 25. So now I am ready with the number of teeths on the gears A, B, C, D. Now to find the speed of the arm, which is asking in the problem based on the two given conditions, I should get ready with the tabular method. So in the tabular method, let us draw the table. First one is step number, second conditions of motion, third one revolutions of elements. Now in the revolutions of elements, as there is arm, so therefore first column is arm, and I am going to give the revolution for the gear A, therefore second is gear A. Next, gear A is in mesh with gear B and gear C. Therefore, so both of same size, both will rotate in the same direction. So therefore, because both B and C are meshing with A, therefore the speed of B or C will be same. Therefore, I wrote it gear B dash C. Means it may be the speed of gear C or gear B, because both are of same size, same number of teeth, and both are meshing with the gear A. So hence the speed of gear B and gear C will be same. Therefore I wrote it gear B dash C. Next, gear D finally. So like that, in the priority, in the order. First, the one which I am going to fix, that is R. Next, for the one which I am going to give the revolution, that is gear A. Next, gear BC. Next, gear D. So like that, so you have to write down the order of the gears so that you can find the speed of the gears properly by using a velocity ratio formula. Now the first step, arm is fixed. Gear A given plus 1 revolution. So I said very clearly in the last class also, whenever there is an arm in the epicyclic gear train, we have to by default fix the arm. Therefore, let us fix the arm and give rotation or rotate the gear A by plus 1 revolution. So arm fixed, gear A is given plus 1 revolution, means I am rotating the gear A in anti-clockwise. That is why I wrote plus. How many revolutions? 1 revolutions. So then enter the values in the first row. Arm, what is its speed? It is fixed, 0. Gear A, what is the speed of gear A? It is rotating 1 revolutions in anti-clockwise, therefore plus 1. Now gear A is in mesh with gear B, therefore NB by NA is the velocity ratio, that is equal to inverse ratio of the reciprocal of number of T's, that is TA by TB. Got it? Here I am finding the speed of the gear B or gear C. How to find? So as the gear A is in mesh with B, right, So therefore velocity ratio is what? NB by NA, which is equal to ratio of reciprocal of their T's, that is TA by TB. So the speed of gear B or gear C is equal to TA by TB, and the gear B and C both will rotate in opposite direction of the gear A. Gear A is rotating in anti-clockwise, and gear A and B and A and C are having a external number of T's which are meshed with each other. Therefore gear B and C, they will rotate in opposite direction, means in clockwise. So therefore clockwise means negative, so minus TA by TB. So once the gear B and gear C are rotated in clockwise, the gear D will starts rotating in the same direction, means in the clockwise direction. Why? Because gear B and gear D both are meshing with each other internally, because gear D is a internal gear. Gear D or wheel D is having internal teeth which are meshing with the external teeth of the gear B. Therefore, in what direction gear B or gear C are rotating, in the same direction the gear D will rotate. So now means clockwise, therefore minus. Now how to find the velocity ratio of gear D? Because D is not directly in contact with A. So therefore how to find A to B, then B to D. So in between B to A, TA by TB. In between D to B, it is TB by TD. So TA by TB is the velocity ratio between A and B. And in between B and D, the velocity ratio is TB by TD. So hence, if I multiply both, TB gets cancelled, then TA by TD, which gives the velocity ratio of gear D. And it is rotating in clockwise, therefore minus. So minus TA by TD, which is the velocity ratio. That completes the first row. Next, go to the second step. Now arm, whatever is fixed should be fixed only, but gear A should be given plus X revolution, means now I should rotate the gear A instead of plus 1 plus X revolutions. Or in other words, what you must remember in second step, you should multiply all the values of the first row with X, that is plus X. So 0 into X is 0, 1 into X is X, and minus TA by TB into X means minus X into TA by TB, and X into minus TA by TD is minus X into TA by TD. Like that I should multiply all the first row values with X, multiplication. Next, go to the third step. In the third step, one should add plus revolutions to all the elements. So you just blindly plus Y, plus Y, plus Y, plus Y in for all the elements. Then find in the fourth step total motion. So how to find the total motion? You have to add second and third value of each element. For the arm, what is the second cell value? 0. Third cell value is Y. So 0 plus Y is plus Y. X plus Y is X plus Y for the gear A. For the gear B, minus X into TA by TB plus Y. I should add these two, second and third. So then it will be Y minus X into TA by TB. For the gear D, minus X into TA by TD plus Y. That is Y minus X into TA by TD. Like that, I should complete the whole table in 4 steps. Now, if I look at in the table, after completing the last row, that is 4th row, indicates what it gives. Plus Y means what? It is the speed of the arm. X plus Y is what? It is gear A speed. Y minus X into TA by TB is speed of gear BC. Y minus X into TA by TD is the speed of the gear D. Like that, one should remember this so that we can proceed further in order to find the given things, or in order to find the things what is asking in the problem. So like that, the table should be completed. Now let us go to the findings. Now what I should find in First case, that is a speed of the R. If NA is equal to minus 1 RPM and ND is equal to 1 by 2 RPM. From the table, what is NA? That is speed of R. So that is nothing but, what is the NA? It is the speed of the gear A. So speed of the gear A from the table is x plus y, that you can see from the last row in the table. So x plus y. So x plus y is equal to minus 1. Let us call that as equation number 1. And ND is equal to half RPM, 1 by 2 RPM. So what is ND? It is the speed of wheel D that can be get from the table. It is y minus x into TA by TD. So y minus x into TA by TD is equal to speed of the wheel D. So y minus x into TA by TD is equal to, what is ND? It is 1 by 2. So y minus x into TA is number of T's on the wheel A 40, TD is number of T's on wheel D 90, that is equal to 1 by 2. Now if I take LCM and cross multiply, 90 into y minus 40x is equal to 90 by 2 means 45. You call it that as equation 2. What is our first equation? X plus y is equal to minus 1. What is our second equation? 90y minus 40x is equal to 45. Now solving 1 and 2. So what is 1 and 2? X plus y is equal to minus 1. Then minus 40x plus 90y is equal to 45. Now I will multiply the equation 1 with 40 on both the sides, and I will multiply with 1 on both sides for equation 2. Then in doing so, 40x plus 40y is equal to minus 40. If I multiply the second equation with 1, then it remains same. Minus 40x plus 90y is equal to 45. If I add both the equations, these two gets cancelled. This is plus 40x, this is minus 40x. These two gets cancelled. Then 40 plus 90 is 130. Y is equal to minus 40 plus 45 is plus 5. Then y is equal to 0.04. Then substitute this y value in equation 1. What is equation 1? X plus y is equal to minus 1. X plus y value, just now I got it, 0.04, that is equal to minus 1. Then I will get x is equal to minus 1.04. Like that, I should get ready with the values of x and y based on the given two conditions. What is that? NA is equal to minus 1 RPM, ND is equal to 1 by 2 RPM. NA means speed of wheel A, that is to be brought from the table, which is x plus y. ND is the speed of the wheel D, which is equal to y minus x into TA by TD from the table. Substitute, solve, and you will get the values of x and y. Once you get the values of x and y, what I should find in this? Speed of R. So speed of the R from the table in the last row, that is equal to plus y. Therefore, speed of the R is equal to plus y, that is equal to, what is the y value? 0.04 RPM. This is plus, therefore in the bracket write down clockwise. Next, in the second bit, that is B, speed of the R. I should find once again the speed of the R. If NA is equal to minus 1 RPM and ND is stationary, ND is equal to 0 because wheel D or gear D is stationary, means fixed. ND is equal to 0. Now NA is equal to minus 1 RPM. So from the table, NA is equal to x plus y. Therefore again I can write x plus y is equal to minus 1. Now ND is equal to 0. So speed of the gear D from the table, it is equal to y minus x into TA by TD. So y minus x into TA by TD is equal to what? It is equal to 0. So substitute TA as 40, TD as 90. Then I will get 90y cross multiplication, LCM and cross multiplication. 90y minus 40x is equal to 0. So you call it these two equations. One is x plus y is equal to minus 1 as 3 and 90y minus 40x is equal to 0 as 4. Now solving 3 and 4. So x plus y is equal to minus 1. Then equation 4 minus 40x and 90y is plus. So plus 90y is equal to 0. Multiply the equation 3 on both sides with 40. So 40 into x is 40x plus 40y is equal to minus 40, and multiply the equation 4 on both sides with 1. So minus 40x plus 90y is equal to 0. Now add these two. The plus 40x minus 40x gets cancelled. Then 40 plus 90 is 130y is equal to minus 40 plus 0 is minus 40. Now from this y value is equal to 0.3. Now substitute this y value in equation 3. So x plus y is equal to minus 1. X plus now y value is 0.3 is equal to minus 1, from which I can get the value of x is equal to minus 1.3. Now I got x and y values based on the given two conditions in the b bit, that is speed of arm. If NA is equal to minus 1, ND is equal to 0, the values of x and y, I got it. Now what is to be find? Speed of arm. So speed of arm from the table, this means from the last row of the table, speed of the arm is equal to plus y. So that is equal to, what is y value here? So y value is equal to y value is equal to 0.3 rpm. Sorry, here you make a correction. So y value is equal to 0.3 rpm. So 0.3 means it is clockwise. So remember plus y. So y value here I wrote it as wrong. It is to be plus 0.3 rpm. That is nothing but anti-clockwise. Next one, that is problem number 8. An epicyclic tree is consists of a fixed annular wheel A having 150 teeth. So now you can look at it, the figure. There is one annular wheel, means wheel having internal teeth. Wheel having internal teeth is said to be annular wheel. So annular wheel A, that is fixed. So that is why look at here, there is a hatching is done, so that annular wheel A is fixed and having how many number of teeth? 150 teeth. Meshing with A is a wheel B. So this annular wheel is meshing with the wheel B, which drives the wheel D through an idle wheel C. So D being concentric with A, means wheel D and wheel A are concentric at this point. Wheels B and C are carried on an arm which revolves clockwise at 100 rpm about the axis of A and D. So if the wheels B and D have 25 and 40 teeth respectively, find first number of teeth on wheel C, and second speed and sense, means direction of rotation of C. So this is the statement and this is the figure. Now in the figure, if I look at it, the figure, and reading this statement of the problem, one can list out first the annular wheel A having 150 teeth. So therefore number of teeth on the wheel A, that is TA, is equal to 150. And wheels B and D have 25 and 40 teeth. So therefore TB is equal to 25, TD is equal to 40. Then wheels B and C are carried on an arm which revolves clockwise at 100 rpm, means speed of the arm is 100 rpm clockwise. So speed of the arm E. So in the figure you can see the notation for the arm is E. So speed of the arm E, that is NE, is equal to 100 rpm clockwise. Then find number of teeth on C, that is TC is equal to what? And I should find the speed and direction of the wheel C, that is NC is equal to how much? Now let us find. Here there are 4 gears once again in this problem also. Wheel A, whose number of teeth is equal to 150. Wheel B, whose number of teeth are 25. Wheel D, whose number of teeth are 40. But I don't know the number of T's on the ideal gear, because in between B and D there is one more wheel which he has said it is an idealer wheel, that is C. So let us find first how many number of teeth on the ideal wheel C or gear C. So from the geometry of the figure, the pitch circle diameter of A, that is DA means pitch circle diameter of gear A, is equal to diameter of the gear D plus 2 times the diameter of the gear C, that is 2dC plus 2dB, because I want diameter means from this end to the other end. So D is only one, but whereas C and B should be on either side, then only it will be a full. So therefore DA is equal to DD plus 2DC, because C on right side one is there, on the right side of left side of D one more same size I should put. So therefore 2 times the diameter C plus 2 times the diameter B, so that it completes the whole diameter along the axis, horizontal axis. So now assuming moduli of all the gears are same, so then the pitch circle diameter for all the gears is directly proportional to the number of teeth. So hence I can write the same equation in terms of teeths. So TA is equal to TD plus 2TC plus 2TB. So TA is 150, TD is 40 and TB is 25, whereas TC is unknown. Substitute all the values and simplify. I am going to get number of teeths on the gear C or ideal wheel C is, that is TC is equal to 30. So just you look at the geometry, write down the pitch circle diameter equation, then write it in the form of number of teeths. TA is equal to TD plus 2TC plus 2TB. Now to find, after finding the number of teeths, let us draw table and complete it. Now step, conditions of motion, revolutions of elements. Now look at, there is R, so fix the R and give the rotation for the wheel D. Therefore, under the revolutions of element, first one is RME. Next I am going to give the rotation for the gear D. Now once I give a rotation D, C will rotate, therefore next is gear C. After gear C will rotate gear B, therefore gear B. Gear B will rotate gear A. So like that, R, gear D, gear C, gear B, gear A. So totally it completes 5 elements in this. 4 are gears and 1 is R. Totally 5. Now first step, arm E is fixed. So fix the arm E and give +1 revolution to the gear D. Means fix the arm and rotate the gear D or wheel D in anti-clockwise direction by 1 revolution. +1. Plus indicates according to our sign convention anti-clockwise. Therefore, arm is fixed 0. Gear D is rotated in anti-clockwise by how many revolutions? 1. Therefore, +1. Now, gear D is driving the gear C. Therefore, in between C and D. So, what is the velocity ratio? NC by ND is equal to TD by TC, because reciprocal of number of T's, TD by TC. But C and D, which are meshing with each other, are having external T's. Therefore, C will rotate in the opposite direction of the D. So therefore, D is rotated in what direction? Anti-clockwise. So C is having external teeth which is in contact with D. Therefore, C will rotate in clockwise. Therefore, minus into TD by TC. Next, C. After C, then C will drive the gear B. So therefore, how to find the gear B speed? Look at. So I want the speed of wheel B or gear B, but it is only with meshing C. But always I should find the speed of this wheel B with respect to the wheel for which I gave the revolution. I gave the revolution for which wheel? D. So therefore, so how I should find? First, in between D and C, TD by TC. In between C and B, TC by TB. Right. So in between DC, TD by TC. Right. So in between CB, it is TC by TB. So TC gets cancelled. Then it is TD by TB is the speed of gear B. But in what direction B is? C is rotating in clockwise. B will rotate in anti-clockwise. Therefore plus. Because B and C, which are meshing with each other, are having external teeth. So when they are having external teeth, both will be in opposite direction. So therefore TD by TB is the speed of the gear B. Next, so once the speed of B is found, this gear B will rotate the wheel A. So gear B will rotate the gear A. So therefore, so how to find the ratio, how to find the speed of the gear A is now once again the same thing that I wrote it on the top of the page. So in between DC, TD by TC. In between CB, TC by TB. In between B and A, TB by TA. So multiply all this. TC gets cancelled, TB gets cancelled. Then TD by TA is the velocity ratio, is the speed of the gear A. Now gear A is having internal teeth. So therefore, in what direction B is rotating, in the same direction wheel A will rotate, because wheel A is having internal teeth. So therefore, wheel B is rotating in anti-clockwise. Therefore, wheel A will also rotate in anti-clockwise direction because it is having internal teeth. So TD by TA. That how I got TD by TA, that you can look at it on the top of the page. That in that way, first row is completed. Next, second step, arm E is fixed. Now gear D should be given plus X revolution. Nothing but I should multiply all the first row values with X. Multiply 0 into X, 0. 1 into X, X. X into minus TD by TC, minus X into TD by TC. X into TD by TB, so X into TD by TB. X into TD by TA, so plus X into TD by TA. Like that, I should multiply all the values of the first row with X. Next, go to the third step. Add plus Y revolutions to all elements. I should add plus Y, plus Y, plus Y and so on for all the elements. Then find out the total motion. So 0 plus Y will give you plus Y, which is the speed of arm E. X plus Y, second and third one should be added. So X plus Y is the speed of gear D. So Y minus X into TD by TC is the speed of gear C. Second and third one I should add of all the elements. Gear B second and third. That will give you adding both Y plus X into TD by TC. And adding second and third of gear A, I will get Y plus X into TD by TA. Like that, last row should be remembered now, because they are the speeds of all the elements after completing the table. Now let us go to the thing which is to be found in the problem. So what is to be found? What is to be calculated? Number of T's on gear C, already I calculated. Now I should find the speed of rotation of C. That is speed of wheel C or gear C, that is NC. For that, what is saying, look at, if you read the statement of the problem, in the first sentence of the problem only, I can find fixed annular wheel A. Therefore, wheel A is fixed. Hence, I can write NA is equal to 0. But from the table, what is NA? So NA from the table in the last row, what is the speed? Y plus X into TD by TA. So therefore, Y plus X into TD by TA, from the table it is NA. But NA is 0, its value. Therefore, y plus x into TD by TA is equal to 0. Y plus x into TD is known, it is 40, TA is 150. Substitute and call it that as equation 1. Next, other than this, now he is saying, right, so arm which revolves clockwise at 100 rpm. Therefore, speed of the arm, that is NE, is equal to minus 100 rpm, because clockwise, according to our sign convention, negative. But from the table, I can write the speed of the arm E, that is NE is equal to, from the last row, it is Y. So therefore, Y is equal to minus 100 rpm. Directly I got Y value, that is minus 100. Substitute this Y value in equation 1. In doing so, Y value is minus 100 plus X is unknown into 40 by 150 is equal to 0. Now, if I simplify, then I will get X is equal to approximately, I just rounded it off to the figure. I rounded it off to the one fixed value, 374 point something. So X is equal to 375. So X is equal to 375, Y is equal to minus 100. Now, once I got X and Y value, what is to be found? Speed of the wheel C. So from the table, you go to the table, last row, speed of the gear C, which I want from the table, is equal to Y minus X into TD by TC. Therefore, NC is equal to Y minus X into TD by TC. Y value is minus 100, X value is 375. So minus 100 minus 375 into TD is 40, TC is 30. That is equal to minus 599, approximately minus 600 RPM. So therefore, NC is equal to, you write only value 600 RPM in the bracket clockwise because it is negative. Like that, I can complete this. Next, the third one. In an epicyclic gate train, the internal wheels A and B and compound wheels C and D rotate independently about axis O. The wheels E and F rotate on pins fixed to the arm G. E gears with A and C and F gears with B and D. All the wheels have the same module and number of teeths are TC is equal to 28, TD is equal to 26, TE is equal to TF is equal to 18. Now find out. First A, sketch the arrangement. Here the arrangement is not given. One should draw the given gear train, epicyclic gear train. Figure you must draw. Next, find the number of teeth on A and B, means TA and TB is equal to how much. Then third, if the arm G makes 100 RPM clockwise and A is fixed, then find the speed of wheel B. That is the third bit. And fourth bit, if the arm G makes 100 RPM clockwise and wheel A makes 10 RPM counterclockwise, then find the speed of wheel B. Now, statement is given. You must first get ready with the figure. So how to draw the figure? Once again I'll read the statement and I'll find out totally how many gears and how many elements are there. So in an epicyclic gear train, the internal wheels A and B, so A, B are two gears. Then compound wheel C and D. Compound means the two gears here C and D are mounted on the same shaft. That is what, when the gears are mounted on the same shaft, then it is said to be a compound wheel. Rotate independently about the axis O. Now what I should do, first of all, take a point and name it as O. After that, draw the two internal wheels. So A and B, big circles, two, one inside the other, concentric circles. And these two wheels are internal wheels, means they are annular wheels. And with the point O as a center, draw two gears or two circles of any diameter, that is C and D, because C and D A and B. These two, A and B, C and D. So all are rotating independently about the point O. So for them, O is the point. Next, the wheels E and F rotate on pins fixed to the arm G. So what I will do now, passing through this point O, I will draw the arm. I will draw the arm. Right. After that, what it says, the wheels E and F rotate on pins fixed to the arm G. So now after the arm is drawn, so at the top end, bottom end, what is saying, wheels E and F should rotate about these two pins. How? Whether E is top one or bottom one, F is bottom one or top one. How to identify? Read the next sentence. E gears with A and C. E gears with A and C. Therefore, what I should do? I should draw one wheel E so that it should have an meshing with A and C. And F gears with means F is meshing with B and D. So draw at the bottom one more F so that it meshes with the B and D only. Look at carefully this. First what I should do, as the internal wheels A and B, C and D compound wheels, both are rotating independently about the axis O. Therefore, take a point and name it as O. With that point as a center, first you draw two annular wheels, big circles of any diameter, and one you name it as A and another one you name it as B. Next, with the same point O as a center, you have to draw one more wheel, that is compound wheel C and D. So once again at the center, so these two, because all these wheels AB and CD are rotating independently about the point O, which you can see in this. That completes the first part. After that, I should draw two more. What are they? E and F. What is saying? E and F are rotating about the pins fixed to the arm G. Therefore, with passing through the point O, you draw an arm, either horizontal or vertically. I have drawn here vertically. After that, draw an gear E as it is meshing with A and C. Therefore, draw one wheel or gear and name it as E so that it should mesh with A and C. Similarly, draw one more F, one more wheel or gear F circle so that it should mesh with B and D. So like that you must draw the arrangement. Then list out, once the diagram is ready, list out the given things. Here he has given TC is equal to 28, TD is equal to 26, TE and TF both are equal to 18. So that is what here, reading each and every line of the statement of the problem. So the arrangement of the given gear train is to be drawn and it is shown in this figure. Next, find the number of T's, A and B. Find the number of T's. Now if I look at it from the diagram, from the geometry of the figure, I can write pitch circle diameter of A, that is DA, is equal to DC plus 2DA. Because A is meshing with C and E only. Therefore, DA is equal to pitch circle diameter of gear A is equal to DC plus DE. So on the other side should be there. Therefore, 2 times DE. Then that gives the diameter of wheel A. Similarly, the diameter of wheel D is equal to, as it is meshing with D and F. So how I can write? DB is equal to, that is pitch circle diameter of B, that is DB is equal to diameter of wheel D plus 2 times the diameter of wheel F. So that gives the diameter of wheel B. So now as he himself given in the statement, all the wheels have the same module. Therefore, I can write pitch circle diameters of the wheels is directly proportional to the number of T's. Therefore, TA is equal to TC plus 2TA. Instead of D, now T. dB means TB is equal to TD plus 2TDF. Now substitute TA is equal to TC, that is 28 plus 2 into 18. So number of T's on the wheel A is 64 and the number of T's on the wheel B, that is TB, is equal to 62. Like that, second. Now I should find the speed of wheel B in both C and D. Look at in the problem A, sketch the arrangement drawn and find the number of T's on A and B. That also I calculated. Now to find C and D, I should get ready with the table. So in the table, right. So in the table, first step and conditions of motion. First one is step number, conditions of motion, revolutions of elements. Now look at what I do. So I just give, as there is arm, as there is arm, as there is a arm, so arm G is I am going to fix, then I will give rotation to the wheel A. So once wheel A is rotated, is given a revolution, A is in mesh with E, therefore next I should enter wheel E. So E is in contact with or is in mesh with the compound wheel CD, therefore next is compound CD. So compound CD is in meshing with one of the wheels of the compound wheel, is in mesh with wheel F, therefore next is wheel F. So wheel F is in contact or is in mesh with wheel B, so next is wheel B. Like that, so in the order I should. So fix the arm G and give the rotation in anti-clockwise direction to the wheel A. Once wheel A is rotated, as A is in meshing with wheel E, therefore I should enter in the table under revolutions of elements wheel E. Next, after wheel E, it is in contact with one of the wheels of the compound wheel CD, so wheel CD. Next, wheel CD is also in contact with wheel F, so next is wheel F. F is in contact with wheel B, therefore wheel B. So like that, I should enter in the table in the priority order under the revolutions, or wheel A, wheel E, wheel CD, wheel F, wheel B. Now the first step, arm G is fixed. Arm G is fixed and wheel A is given 1 revolution. So arm G is fixed, therefore arm G is 0 and wheel A I am rotating in anti-clockwise direction by 1 revolution, therefore plus 1. So, and wheel A drives the wheel E, and so wheel E is in mesh with the internal T's of the wheel A, therefore A I am rotating in anti-clockwise, therefore wheel E is also rotates in anti-clockwise, hence plus TA by TE. Next, wheel E drives the compound wheel CD in opposite direction, therefore minus. How I should? TA by TE into TE by TC. So the TE gets cancelled, minus TA by TC is the speed of the wheel CD. Next, wheel CD is driving the another wheel F. Once again that is in opposite direction. So wheel CD is rotating in clockwise, so obviously wheel F will be in opposite direction because they are having externalities. So TA by TC into TD by TF. This is the wheel F. So wheel F, how to find the speed of wheel F? Wheel F is in contact with the wheel D of a compound wheel CD. So therefore, so TA by TC, first TA by TC, next into TF by TD. Sorry, TD by TF. So you have to multiply this because it is a compound wheel. So Ta by Tc into Td by Tf, which is the speed of the wheel F, and it is in anti-clockwise direction, therefore plus. Next, F is driving the wheel B. So therefore, speed of the wheel B will be Ta by Tc into Td by Tf into Tf by Tb. So here Tf gets cancelled. Then I will be left with Ta into Td by Tc into Tb. So this is the speed of the wheel B. Next step, arm G is fixed as usual. Now instead of wheel A, which I have rotated in first step by 1 revolution, now I should give wheel A plus x revolution. Nothing but you have to multiply with x. 0 into x is 0, 1 into x is x, x into Ta by Te is x Ta by Te. Like that I should multiply all the values of the first row with x. Multiply. Next, add plus revolution plus y to all the elements. So plus y plus y plus y. How many elements are there? You go on add. Then find the total motion. You must add second and third value of each element. 0 plus y is y. X plus y is x plus y. X into Ta by Te plus y is nothing but y plus x into T. Like that I should add all the values. Now go to the findings. So arrangement is over. Arrangement is drawn. Gate train arrangement. Number of T's on A and B are found. Now the third one. What is the third one? If the arm G makes 100 RPM clockwise and A is fixed, what is the, find the speed of the wheel B. So therefore, so speed of wheel B, so to be found in C, in bit C, what is the condition? When arm rotates at 100 RPM clockwise, therefore speed of the arm G, that is Ng is equal to 100 RPM clockwise. But from the table, what is the speed of the arm? That you can see in the last row under the arm G column, y. So from the table, Ng is equal to y. Therefore that is equal to minus, I wrote because clockwise, minus 100 RPM. And also, not only arm is rotating at 100 RPM clockwise, wheel A is fixed. Therefore speed of wheel A is equal to 0. That is Na is equal to 0. But from the table, what is the value of Na? So that is x plus y. So therefore x plus y is equal to 0. And I know the value of y. It is minus 100. If I substitute, I am going to get x is equal to 100. Now take, now I got the x and y value. Now note down what is to be find. So from the table, what is to be find? What is to be calculated? Speed of wheel B. So speed of wheel B, that is NB. From the table, it is equal to y plus x into Ta Td by Tc Tb. So you know x and y value, you know the number of T's, you substitute and simplify. I am going to get NB is equal to minus 4.2 RPM or NB is equal to 4.2 RPM in the bracket. Because of negative, I will write it as clockwise. Next, similarly, next bit is bit D. If the arm G makes 100 RPM clockwise and wheel A makes 10 RPM counterclockwise. Counterclockwise means anti-clockwise. Find the speed of wheel B. Once again, I should find the speed of the wheel B given that arm G is 100 RPM clockwise. That is Ng is equal to 100 RPM clockwise, but from the table Ng is equal to y. Therefore y is equal to, I can write minus 100 RPM. Next, wheel A is making 10 RPM counterclockwise, means anti-clockwise. But from the table, what is the speed of wheel A? It is x plus y. So therefore I can write x plus y is equal to plus 10 RPM. 10 RPM. Counterclockwise means anti-clockwise according to our sign convention plus. So x plus y is equal to 10. So now substitute y value in this. X plus y value is negative. So x minus 100 is equal to 10. Then x value is 110 RPM. Now I got y is equal to minus 100, x is equal to 110 RPM. Substitute both in NB. so that you can get the speed of wheel B. So NB is equal to, from the table once again, y plus x into TA TD by TC TB. Substitute all the values and simplify. I will get NB is equal to 5.4 RPM, means plus 5.4 RPM. Therefore, NB is equal to 5.4 RPM. Because it is plus, in the bracket, write simply anti-clockwise. So next, the problem number 10. Two shafts A and B are coaxial. A gear C, in the bracket 50 teeth, means the number of teeth on the gear is 50, is rigidly mounted on the shaft A. So gear C is mounted. There are two shafts A and B which are coaxial. And gear C having 50 teeth is rigidly mounted on the shaft A. Next, a compound gear DE gears with C and an internal gear G. D has 20 teeth and gears with C, and E has 35 teeth and gears with an internal gear G. The gear G is fixed and is concentric with the shaft axis. The compound gear DE is mounted on a pin which projects from an arm keyed to the shaft B. Sketch the arrangement and find the number of teeth on internal gear G, assuming all gears have the same module. If the shaft A rotates at 110 RPM, find the speed of the shaft B. So there are two shafts A and B which are coaxial, and gear C is rigidly mounted on the shaft A. So now I should draw the first two shafts which are coaxial. Now you can look at it, the two big dots which I have put. So lower one is A and above one is B. Now gear C is rigidly mounted on the shaft A. Therefore, with this lower thick dot, I should draw one circle, that is gear C. Next, a compound gear DE gears with C and an internal gear G. So I should draw a compound gear with the above thick dot. Compound means two small concentric circles, so that compound gear DE should mesh with C. So it is meshing with C, lower one, and with internal gear G. And D has 20 teeth and gears with C. D has 20 teeth and gears with C. So this is the gearing. Almost it is in the figure, it is little difference. So it should, gear D should mesh with D. C, and E has 35 teeth and it should gears with an internal gear G. Yes, the gear G is fixed and is concentric with shaft axis. So the compound gear D is mounted on a pin which projects from an arm keyed to the shaft B. So now, I have drawn with these two thick dots, so there is an arm which is keyed to the shaft B. Sketch the arrangement. So the arrangement is drawn, and find the number of teeth on internal gear G, assuming all the gears have the same module. So all the gears are having same module. Assuming in this way, you have to find the number of teeth on the gear G. And if the shaft A rotates at 110 RPM, find the speed of the shaft B. Now let us list out after the figure is drawn. So TC is given, which is having 50 teeth. TD is 20 and TE is 35. Now the arm shaft rotates at 110 RPM. Shaft A is, if the shaft A rotates at 100 RPM, that is speed of the shaft A, NA is equal to 110 RPM, or shaft A is keyed to the gear C, therefore NC, NA or NC, because gear C is mounted on the shaft A, therefore NC is equal to 110 RPM. So now after the arrangement is drawn, here I should find the number of T's Tg. From the geometry of the figure, I can write the pitch circle diameter of gear G, that is DG, is equal to DC plus DD plus DE. So as the pitch circle diameters are directly proportional to the teeth, since the moduli is same, therefore TG is equal to TC plus TD plus TE. So then TG is equal to 50 plus 20 plus 35. So number of teeth on the gear G is 105. Now what I should find after the arrangement is drawn? Number of teeth, and next I should find the speed of the shaft B if the shaft A or gear C rotates at 110 RPM. Now to find this, one should get ready with the table. So step number, conditions of motion, revolutions of elements. Now as there is a R which is keyed to the shaft B, so therefore one of the end of the arm is keyed to the shaft. So another end is keyed to the shaft C, keyed to the shaft A. So therefore arm is there. Fix the arm and give a rotation to the gear C. So therefore first one is arm, and next you have to rotate the gear C in anti-clockwise direction by one revolution, and that in turn drives the compound gear DE. Therefore gear DE is next in the table, and this compound gear drive DE, compound gear, drives the gear G. Therefore last one is gear G. So in the table, first one is R, which I am going to fix. Second one is gear C, where I am going to rotate it in anti-clockwise direction. That gear C drives the compound gear DE. Therefore third one is compound gear DE, and this compound gear DE drives finally the gear G. Therefore last one is gear G. So first fix the R and rotate the gear C in anti-clockwise direction by one revolution. That is, arm is fixed, gear C is given plus one revolution. Arm is fixed, therefore 0, and gear C is plus 1 because it is rotated in anti-clockwise, plus. By how many revolutions? 1, therefore plus 1. So that gear C will rotate the compound gear DE. So in what direction? It is having both compound gear and gear C are having external teeth. So therefore compound gear DE will rotate in opposite direction, that is in clockwise direction. Therefore minus. Now in the compound gear, the gear C is in contact with the gear D. Therefore minus TC by TD. TC by TD is speed, but it is minus because it is clockwise, it is rotating. Next, this compound gear is driving the gear G in the same direction because gear G is having internal teeth which is in mesh with the compound gear DE. So gear G will rotate in the same direction. In what direction compound gear is driving? In the same direction it is rotating. So therefore, minus TC by TD into TE by TG. So that gives the speed. Next, second step, arm is fixed, but gear C is given now plus X revolution. Means I should multiply with X. I should multiply with X of all the values of the first row. 0 into X is 0, 1 into X is X. Minus TC by TD into X is minus X TC by TD. So minus TC TE by TD TG into X is minus X TC TE by TD TG. Like that I should multiply all these four values with X. Next add plus Y revolutions, plus Y, plus Y, plus Y, plus Y. Then find the total motion, 0 plus Y. I should add second and third value of each element. 0 plus Y is plus Y, X plus Y is X plus Y, Y minus X into TC by TD, Y minus X into TC TE by TD TG. Like that I should complete the table, and in the last row I should borrow because they are the speeds of all the elements which are in the given epicyclic gate train, so that I can find whatever it is. Now if I read once again the statement of the problem, the gear G is fixed. Therefore, from the table, gear G is fixed, means speed of the gear G is equal to 0. But from the table, what is the gear G speed? That you can see in the last row. Ng is equal to y minus x into Tc Te by Td Tg. So that is equal to 1. So y minus x into Tc by Te into Td Tg is equal to 0. So next, so speed of gear C. So speed of the gear C is plus 110 rpm, but from the table speed of the gear C is x plus y. So x plus y is equal to plus 110 rpm. Now y minus x into Tc by Te, Tc Te by Td Tg is equal to 0, or y minus x into Tc is 50, Te is 35, Td is 20, Tg is 105. Substitute everything and call it as equation number 3. Then I will get, so y minus x, y minus 0.83x is equal to 0. Now take the two equations. What are the two equations? One is y minus 0.83x is equal to 0. Another one is x plus y is equal to 110. So x plus y, here under y only I should write y plus x is equal to 110. Now here no need of any changes, directly subtracting. This is plus y becomes minus, therefore plus y minus y. Subtracting, both will 0. Then minus 1.83x is equal to minus 110. From this, x is equal to 60. Then substitute this x value in equation 4. So then y minus 0.83 into x is 60. I will get y is equal to 50. Now, after getting the values of x and y, what I should find here? Speed of the shaft B. That is nothing but speed of the arm, because one end of the arm is connected to the shaft B. So therefore speed of the shaft is nothing but speed of the arm. So what is the speed of the arm from the table? It is simply y. So that y is equal to 50 rpm. 50 means it is by default plus 50. Therefore in the bracket you write down anti-clockwise. So like that, these are the problems. Still I will solve few more problems on epicyclic gate train. So it will take another 2 more classes to complete all the problems. These are all the problems what I am taking, what I have solved, all these 10. So will be almost among the 10 problems. So 4 or 5 problems are from the previous exam. Definitely you are going to get one problem on this, even in the end examination also. Please be serious and try to find out, solve once again.